X. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. Are you 9 already?
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the stream. It looks like I finally got it working. Oh, wait. One more thing. One more thing I need to do. Because I want to see all your messages, except from TikTok. I mean, I have like my phone open there because I didn't get to integrate it there yet. But I have something, it's called Social Stream Ninja, and I have all the tabs open. So in fact, when people are texting from different platforms, like we should be able to see that on screen. So I'll do a little test. On Facebook, hello world. And it appears. It appears on screen. It even tells you the source. You see the F for Facebook? And for that to work, I have to have all those chat boxes open. So I make an answer now from YouTube. Hi there. And you can see now the YouTube sign where my chat is coming from. So that is working. Humble Hot Dog, I see you on TikTok. That's nice. Welcome. Welcome for hanging out. I'm glad that you're here. So I'm gonna hit the record. What's up? What's up? I hope you're playing Jet Bark and are already getting good positions on the leaderboard until I start playing to get up there again. No, I don't know. Like several updates already. Thank you, thank you. Glad you like it. In this case, I feel like his palm is a little bit too short. Monkeys have longer palms, so I have to correct that. I heard there's another update on the Zerpe Jet Bark game. I'm curious what the changes. I think what I read there was that when you, I think it's one thing I also wrote, like when you're dying and then you use your second life, and with the second life you don't make as many points as with the first try in the same level, then it still will be just using the lower points. which doesn't make sense in my opinion. You should get the points, like the highest, of course, what you reached. Bob 1948, welcome to the stream. So now I'm gonna cut this out and I'm gonna move it a little bit lower, like until here. See that? Oh wait, even better. This part, I'm gonna move it down there. I'm gonna make the hand longer. The palm of the monkey is longer. So here's my tools. I have to switch to the brush tool, and I have my shortcuts here. I have my shortcuts on my buttons on my display, so I can color pick. I pick the color exactly here, and this just speeds up my process. I need the opacity put up to 100%, and I can easily, like, I'm just color picking this area, and then I'm painting into it. See that? Like that. And we already made the hand a little longer. I feel like it looks a little thin though, so I'm gonna thicken it up a bit. That's already good for now. You have the muscles on the lower arm. Right now it still looks a little bit just, you know, put on top of the head. So of course the hand will cast a shadow on the face and everything, and now it just looks unrealistic how it's there. But this will be the finishing touches actually, not now. And actually I pretty much like, because I painted the face underneath, you see that? And I'm really happy how that face turned out. And it's a commissioned artwork, and we will do the three monkeys, you know, no hear, no say, no look, or however you call it. And yeah, one of those will have these eyes. I'm not gonna paint these eyes only to make to cover them by a hand. Another challenge is, because we painted the first monkey already, this is the second monkey, that the style has to be similar, you know? If you make a setting of 3 pictures and they differentiate in style, it's a little bit weird. So I was just looking, how is the fur on the other picture? I'm trying to imitate it. But I don't remember which brush I actually used. So I kind of need to find that. Here, this kind of brush gives me the opportunity to make the fur actually look furry. I hope you're all doing well and having a wonderful Thursday evening. It's almost weekend. I mean, for people who are coming in from the US, it might be a little bit longer until the weekend, but you'll get there too, eventually. But this is not, it's too grungy, actually, this brush. I need it a little bit softer. And we already said that. Give me a second. We already said that the light source is coming from the top. So the lower parts will be a little bit darker. This doesn't feel like the right brush either. And what I also don't like is where my display is sitting right now, it kind of closes my view on your comments. So that should work better. Let me find the right brush here. It's not skin. Maybe it was something here. I mean, it looks interesting. It gets this hairy kind of way, but it will look very clean then. But maybe I can use that for the bigger shapes. Hi everybody, hi into the chat. It's very clean. That's more, it's better, I think, for comics or whatever. No, it's not the tree brush. Was it the acrylic one? I'm really gonna try with that. Okay, let's try to do it like this. And we will also... Yeah, it kind of has a soft surface, so that's fine. Like so. I'm gonna try to pick a little bit lighter color to create some sort of a transition here. I will try put the opacity to a little bit lower. And I'll pretend like the light comes from the top, and I'll try to make the inner side. Is it the inner side I'm gonna look for? I'm gonna make the outer side a little bit lighter. The inner side is more shadowy then. And I'm just trying to put the opacity quite low. Just to kind of give the impression that this side is lit up there. Like so. And then you can go step by step smaller. Smaller and brighter. And you go from blurry to sharp, okay? By color picking, you can create a really nice transition. But don't make the transition too soft, because it's the texture is supposed to be hair, right? It's like in the little steps. Can make a little bit brighter spots there. Like right now it looks even like, if you look at how the fur turns out here, it's like you're looking with a lens which is like very blurry. But that's completely fine, because we're gonna go in with a finer brush, and we're gonna increase and make like really like single hair strands. That's good, fine. I just want to create an interesting corner there with the hair. So I pretend like this area is also lit up here. And I will make the fur on his chest even darker. So the actual contrast between this hair, which is lit up, will be even stronger. Here I'm going in brighter. As you can see, I make single hair strands now. Secure the border. You can even sometimes make like locks. Like you swing the hair a little bit. Like and give them a nice S-curve. This was also how I did it in the other picture of the monkey. I'm going to darken this area a little bit because the focus here should be rather on the left side with the light. Right, actually the hair is even going on the back of his palm. Right, okay, I increased a little bit the picture so I can see what when you're writing. That's good. Darken this a little bit. Then I'm gonna color pick this medium gray. To make even hard strands in these places where you don't have that much light. You can start just doing the bigger strands. And then once you did those, you go in on top of them with the finer strands. So here I pick this kind of color, which is a very light gray, but I can still you see those in the darker areas, right? And then I go again into the brighter ones. And now you have to be a little bit more careful when you draw these because they are a little bit sharper, stronger. So here, when the fur is going up to the wrist, closer to the light source, it should be brighter. Try to remember what you draw earlier, like the bigger strands, or if you don't remember, then just, it's like looking for forms in a cloud, you know? Try to find forms which make sense, like bigger shapes, and draw the finer strands in it. Okay. So yeah, actually we have hair on top of the palm. So that's what I want to paint here. We only have a quite low opacity. And I did it on purpose because the hair you have there is not so thick, you know? It is, you can see the skin tone underneath. So I'm trying to first do the base work here. We'll go darker in some areas then. Maybe I want to brighten this one up a little bit. This one I even want to erase because there's a corner that actually is not there. Okay. So first I'm gonna go in with a little bit darker color. Increase the opacity a little bit. Let's keep it low so it kind of blends in. It convinces your eye that you have like real hair strands here. And if it doesn't, you made one step like too much actually. Like a contrast too hard or whatever. Try to get closer to the picture you want step by step. Don't make too big steps at once. Like now I put the mode to actually like that it's the shape of the stroke I'm doing is thicker or thinner depending on how much pressure I apply, you know? So when I make very light pressure, the stroke is smaller and it tapers down when I move it quickly over the board, you know? We have kind of the light is hitting the upper side here. Actually want to draw that on top because you have some hair here. And we will brighten that up. Or actually, I do one better. Because we already know on that ridge the hair is white. So why not immediately just start with it? Like so. It's already being like, I thought like first I put in the groundwork painting the hair there, you know. And then darken it step by step, but in this case, this is the area which is hit by light. I can immediately start with the fur. Also make this furry texture going downwards. Maybe we can make another hit of light, because you have bony structure there which is not perfectly cylindrical. It moves up and down, so you can get a nice another hill which moves up, and so it's being like maybe hit by light. That's fine. And then on top of that, we go one darker. Like let's say we go this dark, but the opacity is not full. And we go in and paint it over here. Again, the stronger the contrast, the more careful we have to be. The hand is a focus area, so I'm putting more effort into the fur and the single strands than I did on the upper arm. If you make everything perfect, then the viewer won't know where to look, you know? Like people use blurring techniques specifically to guide the eye. I don't know, let's imagine somebody is painting a picture with this, like this. And then you can blur the hands, actually how it is right now. See, like in the camera, the hands are blurred and the focus is on the face. And that way you guide the eye. You guide the eye of the viewer towards the face. So by strategically planning, it's actually part of composition. By strategically planning what you blur and what you will leave sharp, you can guide the attention of the viewer. So I feel like I need to get the fur into this direction. And you have like, it's not just one hair going all the way to the palm, you have different hair popping up. They're not perfectly combed, so you have strands that follow different directions. Here standing out. So can go in here also a little bit darker. Like single strands there. So I'm gonna go underneath. I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger and darker, these areas. For example, I feel like I made one step too early the single strands. Beforehand, I should go in what I'm doing right now. Laying the groundwork. Putting in bigger strands to make it convincing what's happening right now. The good thing that I put the white layer on the top of everything is that it now stays on top. I will, at these points where these strands are coming out, I'm gonna make it a little thicker, because then they look a little bit like bundles. I'm gonna softly erase this corner down here. Now let's find our way to this area. So, picking up the color. Let's color pick here. All right. Go down with the opacity a little bit. Okay. Let's darken this part. This one I wanted to make it darker. Darker than this place, actually pretty dark. Huh. Actually was suspecting that it stays underneath. So I'll have to erase that. But underneath the arm, that's fine. Let's give me some clean eraser, so I can clean the jaw again. You also have the beard hair here coming out, right? Remember when we were drawing the creases in this chin? We used, instead of a darker tone for the creases, we used a brighter tone because the sun is coming from the top and we're saying that the light is being reflected inside that crease there. So I think that was a good decision when you look at the texture of the chin. All right. That we can get rid of. And then what's also misleading is actually this. You want to give him a shoulder, right? Okay. So, okay. We actually can give him, yeah, we need to give him some light on his shoulders. Because his fur on this upper part, of course, is being hit by light. Like so. Maybe even parts here are hit. So. Okay. He looks like he's lifting his shoulders a little bit, like laughing. I'm curious if I should maybe lower his shoulders a little bit, because your shoulders normally don't start on the height of your nose. Let me try how that looks. I already improved the picture, I think. And then normally the shoulders are going downwards, right? So what is that now? I want to give it also a furry appearance. It looks a little weird the way it sticks out here. Okay. So now let's try and give it a shadow of the hand. There's the hand. We're gonna go a little bit underneath. The shadow color should be maybe a little bit darker than the hand actually is itself. Let's see how that will work out. You can actually set it to multiply this layer. So it actually takes into consideration what's happening underneath, you know? It does a lot of the work, because I don't have to render everything underneath twice. I have other auxiliary lines down there, which I don't need. This can go. You don't see this one much anymore, so that's fine too. And then this piece of fur. Oh wait, maybe I forgot something. Give me a second, because I have to check on the reference. Yeah, the monkey who's closing is actually wearing a tie. Yeah, okay. Okay, we have to draw a tie and a suit actually, what he's wearing. That's what we're gonna do. That's actually not complicated. It just has to be underneath the chin. But on top of that, okay. So let's go with a light gray. And then we're gonna say he has a collar, right? I have to erase that again. This will be his color. And I erase this layer. No. Like so. This is the other, they should be symmetrical. And then going up, it's going behind the arm. This is where the layer works. Thing is, I did the dark black back, like his chest layer on the same layer like his chin. That's why I'm continuously painting over it. But I think now I will be able to make it work, that I don't have to do it over and over. Watch me. This is the height, so the color should already stop there. Now I have to erase it. I'm gonna increase the opacity so I see actually the corner where the chin is. Now I can erase exactly where the chin is. We're gonna make him wear some rings as well. And the collar is not bending outside, it's rather going the sharp corner inside, like so. Okay, that's good. His chin obviously will also cast a shadow on the collar. So there. I'll put it on a separate layer like this. And then I create a layer on top, so I can now just paint on it without affecting anything else. That way I don't have to paint it over and over again. So now we will put some shadow on his chin. The one thing, then maybe here we have the lower corner. We can go a little bit darker. Go down with the opacity. Make it a little stronger here. So trying to create this transition within the shadow. All right, I'm gonna go even darker because it's too similar to the chin right now. I want the shadow actually to exactly paint the corner of the chin. Like so. And this we're gonna fade out a little bit more. It doesn't need to have such a strong corner. Of course, his arm would also cast some shadow on here. Okay. And then underneath that layer, we make another layer with a similar color. But maybe we are already going in this level. I'm gonna go to 100% opacity. We want actually to have like a suit going down there, right? So in fact, the suit is on top of the button-down shirt. We want to give him black suit. Oops. This is what the color of the suit would be. Go in like this. And the other layer there. Decrease the opacity a little bit to make it like this corner looks some sort of blurry. So maybe here on top I can put even a little bit more white. Like, let's say these corners will be, since they bend a little bit upwards, a little bit wider. Would have, since we're going closer to the upper corner, we would add a little bit more white there too. Could integrate this area here too. There's a little black down there. I don't know for which layer it is. Let's do this one. It has to be this. Gotcha. We will put a darker background color where we can see more of the bright spots here. On top of that, I have to go a little bit brighter, because also the suit is getting a little bit more light. You okay, babe? Yeah, I forgot drinking my coffee, man. Once when you are in the zone, you forget everything. Mmm. Cold coffee, tasty. Tasty! Like so. I can even go a little bit brighter on the upper corner here. It's really on the brink. You have that normally, this corner on the dress. And since the suit is moving inwards here on this side, I will give it also a dark corner there. Same thing there. We need to carve out these corners. Already creating a lot of layers here. Well, would be harder and harder to track which layer is what. So the tie, I'll give it the similar color. Like the suit. But I want it to be underneath the white. There you go. Normally open this a little bit. Maybe the tie is not so high. Let's make this a little bit three-dimensional. The knot. Around the corner we can go darker here. Single lines here. We can go brighter. So actually darker corners. Okay. I think I'm ready to actually change the color of the background. That will kind of release other places, but so far it looks good, I think. Seems like I worked clean. Doing so far. We want to add some rings here, right? Add some rings there. They'll have to come on top. I'm gonna start with a... Could we use a dark color or a bright color? I feel like with a dark color, we can move our way to the brighter color then. So we go to 100%. We're painting a ring in here. And the ellipse. We're almost looking at side view on it, right? So the ellipse should rather be like this. Try and make it look parallel. This could be one ring. We can do another ring which is rather square. But it needs to have some sort of thickness. You can give him even some sort of stone on top. Then another ring, rather maybe behind it. And then since the rings are facing upward, of course they will be hit by light.
Thank you.
Thank you. This time we can make a thicker band of the ring. And now I've picked the first two rings. I'm gonna create a layer on top. I will hit the Alt key, move it in. By the way, don't forget saving. And we're gonna go brighter. So let's say this is the lips, which is on top of the ring. Try to make it more round. I'll put here color in between. The side plane, right? And then it goes darker. Oh wow, like 90 players are playing the Jet Bar game right now. That's cool. That's good for the project. Wow, crazy. 90 people are playing Jet Bark right now. Are you playing Jet Bark? Are you playing Jet Bark? So we have this ring which is hid by light on the top. We can put a stone on top as well. So the ring is kind of casting a shadow on the ring which is wrapping around his finger. We'll cast a shadow here. Same thing here. See a slight corner here on the side, and it should be dark down there. Like really, let's try darkest of the dark. Like so. And then I'll decrease the opacity a little bit. Make it there more convincing. Okay. The upper surface is not as round as I want it to be. Yeah, that looks better. That's a better upper surface. But I need to pay attention here. So Okay. Can make the other side there also a little bit darker. Here too. But I need to thin this out a little bit because the other side is not as thin as this one. See that? It makes a stronger curve too. Tame that one a little bit on this side. Now we go for paint again. Add a little thickness. We are very in the details right now already. We will try to emulate a metallic, a metal structure, a texture. There will be enough of a challenge itself. Right, pick it up. There you go. So, okay. So we want to put oh, humble hot dog. I didn't see that you say see you next time. I oversaw this. I want to see, I'm jumping around a little bit, but I want to see if I can make if I can give the gums a little bit more of a wet look, you know? And normally you get a better reflection by making the reflections, or a better impression by making the reflections sharper. Like this whole area, I can make that even brighter. Go a little bit down with the opacity to increase that one too. When it goes to the whites, I make reflections up here. Now we have stronger reflections on the teeth. That that supports the wet feeling of it. You make like little dots that might be even increasing that effect. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but I feel like that supports the overall impression, yeah. The nose also, the area around it a little bit too bright, so I'm going to darken this down. Okay, good. I think I'm gonna give him a little bit more of chin fur also. Okay. I feel like this light on top of his head is so strong. Like it's white here. And then on his hair, you know, it suddenly isn't. Maybe I can use this layer. Put something on top. Can I give it a white corner here? Yes, I can. See how this works here. What we're basically saying is that the light hitting his head is also reaching his hair, right? So make like single strands here. So maybe here we can even make it a little more. Now his head seems to be hit by this light, right? But I know that the actually who gave me this task wants the monkey to have a lot of hair, so I'm thinking of making, because now he looks like he's bald on top of his head. Actually thinking of drawing it a little bit further in. Right now I'm actually painting over there what I painted before, but that's fine. I'm gonna try different things out. I'm painting over that because I can erase it afterwards. It has its own layer. So now I painted an own layer and I'm gonna put something on top and I will lighten it up a bit. So then I'm going to go a little bit further in. Giving him some sort of an interesting haircut. And then we go in even smaller and why not brighter? Okay, and maybe a few strands that are darker. Okay. Said I wanted to give him some sort of a fur, right? I like the texture of that. When I erase it, I'm gonna use a different brush for it. So, it will be some sort of beard that is appearing underneath his chin. Okay. And now we're gonna put a layer on top, and we're gonna try to make a soft transition. So I wanna soften a little bit the edges here. Maybe I'm gonna erase, not with full opacity. Both sides. Can I put the layer with the hair here? I can put that on top. That helps already. Gonna make some highlights of the beard. It's even the wrong layer. Where is it? There you go. I also will be able to draw like the beard can cast a shadow as well. If I want to draw in a few darker spots, maybe a little bit sharper. with stronger opacity. It's just something's blocking it. Or is it just the not full opacity here? Yeah, something's really covering it up. So that's what I'm gonna do here. Yeah, no. Now I have the right feeling that I can actually manipulate here the beard hair. So I do the beard hair underneath, but still you will have this kind of thin hair on top of it. And I feel like I want to go back to the rings. I want to make some strong reflections. Like a very thin, sharp reflection light gives it a metallic touch, you know. I'm trying to give it now this metal texture. And metal texture has normally very good reflections. Actually, it should be here. This side should be hit by light. Depending on what we are putting on top of that ring. To make it like an emblem or something, it should also be reflecting it. Oh, I have an idea. I have an idea what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use the logo. I'm gonna use the logo of that company who's making me do this commission. As if it is like a part of the ring. That I have to do a little smaller. So to do a nice curve here. So we actually put everything that is facing upward, giving it like a nice strong reflection. Therefore, everything that's facing downward, you're gonna give it a darker light. With strong reflections, you'll have strong plane changes. So let me erase that a little bit. Make this also darker. Here. Maybe it gets reflected light from underneath. That's why I have a little bit of a shiny corner underneath. You see the strongest reflections on that side. Still, I don't want to make this ring completely look like too flat. So I want to pick that layer. Not such a strong white, maybe a little bit softer white. Still not right. maybe this color. I'll over color this thing. Yep. Maybe I can give it some sort of structure too. Giving it some sort of structure here too. By making these bumps, you can also make highlights, softer highlights. Seems like not bright enough. So on the one ring, he has the logo. He has the logo of the company, which is asking me to do that. Okay. So what are we going next time? We gave him a suit. We gave him a tie. We gave him a beard. We gave him more hair on top of his head. He is covering his eyes. We gave him a fur also. I think like the furrows here are a little bit too strong right now. I'll try to maybe mitigate it a little bit, that it's not all the way through. I want to improve the shadow his finger casts. I want to make the rings look more metallic. I want to make the gem on one of those. And we will do all this the next stream. We'll try to make more progress. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you guys in the next stream. See you.